Yo, peep the sky, man, and the weather. These motherfuckers have been using like DARPA and shit to like make make lightning. What it feels like a lot of times, but out of nowhere, lightning starts up just randomly at different places, and a lot of times it's almost to get my attention. This is absolutely bonkers. But let's just watch it play out. And again, this is a part of the organized harassment apparatus down here in South Florida. They're using lightning and fucking with the weather to try to cause calamity. Just watch it. My timing is impeccable. But again, I'm sitting out here waiting for my someone to give my vehicle a jump. Sure enough, here's another component of organized harassment playing itself out. There have been times when, it happens while I'm driving. I tell you, to some extent, I'm like, yo, this can't be. I just don't want to believe it. But you watch it. What I exposed with this Myron May thing is huge, man. And they know it. So they gotta destroy me, destroy my credibility, my reputation, make me come off to be nuts. But, because the thing is, what I decided to do, as far as like fucking with them, because I know it's like something with the fucking skies. I created this company called Drone Watch TV. You feel me? And also, don't forget Abundant Supply Clothing, which has been systematically put into a chokehold financially, because Google and the other tech companies appear to be working in conjunction with the government to stop me from being able to sell my products. But all the products that I have, or the majority of the products that I have in Abundant Supply Clothing, are things to troll organized harassment, the way that I saw it take place in South Florida. Some of the things, they're listed as sold out. And I got some $1 million pieces. That incidentally are listed as sold out. So technically, I should have had that money, but I never got it. They just did that because they didn't want those products to be released to the public. I reverse engineered getting the information about Myron May out there by placing a scan QR code on a shirt and then putting it out there for people to purchase. But it's something that's like, it's $1 million piece. So that's how much it's going to cost for them to get it down, for it to not be available to the public, because they want to get over this moment, introduce AI and different things and make it seem like none of this stuff ever took place. But it did. Rest in peace to Myron May, a former DA of Florida, from the state of Florida, that ended up wilding out because of organized harassment. But this is to the extent that they'll go. The white supremacists have access to tools to be able to fuck with the weather. At least this is my theory. But DARPA, you look it up, all that. They can fuck with the weather and make it rain and shit, make lightning appear. And interestingly enough, when I'm doing this, I suspect that it's not gonna rain. The lightning's not gonna really strike. But it's almost as if it's here to add on, pile on to my calamity and my, difficulty, if you will, which isn't so bad. It could always be worse. But here I am, just watching life unfold. Not watching it, still being an active participant in it, but watching it take place and not blaming anybody, or rather not being like conspiratorial and whatnot, or thinking that war was me and all of this. Nah, man, it could always be worse. It could always be worse. The fact that I'm alive, that's a blessing. They want to remove that aspect of my mentality in terms of my, just positive nature, like being able to survive anything. Just go through it and keep your head up and stay positive. So this is another extent, another part of it. Again, all the other stuff like on the roads, the cars, I think all that shit is just distractions from this part. Like, this is major. White supremacy has given up access to be able to control and fuck with the weather to individuals or groups that do so. Let's just watch it. You should have seen it last night. I was driving and I literally had to pull over on the side of the road to make sure that what I was seeing wasn't, because I like to check myself. I'm like, yo, am I tripping? Sure enough, I pull over, the lightning was it's almost like trying to scare me. I'm like, what the fuck? Because, again, everything they do on the roads don't scare me. So they can't have me going home thinking I got this and I'm gonna make it through and I'm okay, this and that. They want to continue to gaslight. This is a part of gaslighting. Organized harassment, controlled schizophrenia, you name it. This is another aspect of how they induce it. How weak and cowardly. I'm a United States citizen, by the way, as I've always mentioned. And they're experimenting on me like some kind of guinea pig. Socially, again, because you combine with the isolation, it's like nobody wants to fuck with me. And then it's almost like a level of shame that they're trying to induce upon me. Anyway, let it ride out. Why not? See if the lightning keeps going. But to be clear, I'm not afraid. When you can make sense of these things, it ain't nothing, man. When you, or at least have an idea of where it could be coming from, you don't feel so, it's so much of a pariah, like you're completely, out of it. But then again, people will gaslight you. And the system, in a sense, gaslights you too, to feel that maybe you are tripping. But like I said, I wish sometimes if I had a camera that I could use to just capture every day of my life, while I'm driving. That's why I created Point of View Films, by the way. You can check that out. POV Films, YouTube as well as Instagram. Those are places where you'll find what I'm talking about. And there you hear the noises on the side. I suspect the individual I dealt with earlier, as far as the guy that was speaking about having whatever issues he said he had, I think it's him that's doing it, making the noises too. And I don't know if people can control it, or if they're actually being controlled to do it. It's like contagion. They've released something. I don't know, maybe it came through COVID shots or some shit. I never got any of them shots, by the way. And so again, I'm chilling. You can't say there's a mental health crisis. I think, again, the thing that creates that is when you're unable to make sense of the things. But when you are able to make sense of it, here comes some outside noise. All distractions. like I said, when you can make sense of it, it's not that big of a deal. It's just smoke and mirrors. In this case, clouds and mirrors. I suspect they wanted to test this out. Because I remember when I was working for Freebie, a free rideshare company. Some chick came in my whip. She's like, "Oh, this is gonna be a use case." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what was she talking about?" But it felt like it hit a little bit closer to home. And again, excuse the outside noises. None of that shit matters. But yeah, she's like, "Oh, a use case or some shit." Like I said, I think I've been used as a guinea pig without even knowing it. And what's worse, like I said, the worst part is that human nature calls for you to lash out. You know, because like we all can, according to the Constitution, we have the right to freedom to what's it called? To pursue happiness, right? So you should be able to turn your back away and like, man, leave me alone. I'm not gonna pay attention to this. Or I'm tired of this. I'm gonna do something about it. But I can't because, again, they have the law enforcement apparatus lined up so that they can effectively use that to try to, put fear into me so that I can't lash out violently. That's one of the most caustic aspects of all of this. Anyway. And mind you, this is after the voice to skull, the what is it? Again, it's just various layers to organized harassment that you'll find in case number 423 CV01013, USDC, Southern District of Texas, Houston Division. That's case number 423 CV01013, USDC, Southern District of Texas, Houston Division. And I got a few more ideas in terms of how to get this information out. What I'm going to do is put myself as a write-on candidate for a few of the public offices that are going to open up. And I'm going to call myself, that case I just listed is going to become my nickname. Again, they push one direction, I'm going to push 12 times the other way. Because at this point, it's like, fuck it, man. I ain't got to use violence. I just got to outwit the devil. You feel me? Anyway, you see the sky lighting up. Again, DARPA or whatever the hell it's called. I forget the name of it, but that's it.